Wah, gak tahu. Wah, gak tahu. Duh, kok aku di sini ya? Oh, iya sih. Wah, servernya Hong Kong, bro.
We will make them cry. Flashback. Throwing flashback.
Флеш на лом кинул. Арт.
Short. Short. Ninja ini. Situ kan.
Nah ya akun elangmu Erik.
Si spin bot.
Gobi.
Go, my brothers.
Ayo kill petang bolo oleh hadiah Erik.
Ini genipmu. Iku ah.
Сказал го на бейс, а пошел на...
KRL 3.
Не допустим. Дефи бокс. Сейчас выйдет.
Konklusi. Are you Ruski, my friend?
No.
Блядь.
What's matter?
Go. Run. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing. Flashback.
Пиздец, даже в банк находить не могут.
Я в шоке с них. Сити есть.
Сити.
Лонг.
Tunnel careful. Kill petang bolo di sawer.
They shall regret this day.
First game. Kan gak main takit mau juk kendeng.
Flashback.
Enggak aja main Dota.
We won. Mid push. Слева. High mid.
High mid.
Блин, надо было чуть размяться.
Can you flash long? Or smoke cross long?
Let's go, my brothers. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing a
Ты бичуганы ебаные, блядь.
Вьетнам.
throwing a flashbang.
Саживай лампу. Открыл нахуй.
I'm throwing smoke.
Yeah.
Grenade.
Что ты меня тэпает? Да, он здесь. Еще пацан.
Пизду, блядь, с этим пингом.
Да, блядь.
Ебич нахуй.
Take care of yourselves.
Мут. Вот, флик.
No mood.
You look some dumb, you know?
Yes, I'm dark.
Yeah, you look some dumb.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Oh, you lungs so clown, you fucking idiot.
Flashbang.
Elevator.
1v.
One scaffolding.
Construction.
I am planting the bomb.
One scaff.
Grenade.
Сиди.
Нет, скорее всего, давай там.
2 mid. Да я не попадаю. Что за дичь вообще? Будто сенса увеличивается. Никаких обновлений не было?
Amin. Alhamdulillah.
Ya, блядь. Ахуя.
What you mean?
Ахуян, блядь.
You won't tell me you know fucking Russian language?
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
No, you don't know.
I'm
I'm throwing a flashbang.
I'm from China.
Flashbang.
I'm from Korea. And what?
Нет.
Are you sure about it?
Smoke. I'm throwing a grenade. Throwing fire.
Sure. Close.
one long, one long. Close.
Planting.
Lo bule nang disor, Cuk. Iya, eta frek ya, anjir.
Cuk, iki Cek, awal-awal Cuk.
Enggak blonjo ah. Nah, serius.
Ayo, gasken.
We will drive
Konten
them
ini
from
aslinya
our
main
land.
Mbak Ruski ku konten, Cuk.
Pokoknya Cuk main sama Cino Cuk.
Mid.
Smoke. Throwing fire.
Tuh, tolong. One more. Nice.
I'm throwing smoke. Grenade.
Один в Б.
Flashbang.
Можно псить мид уже.
flashbang. Grenade. Throwing a flashbang. Molotov.
Хорош.
Harus, блядь.
Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang. We are going to do this.
Drop lagi. Oh, you bought him? Oke, oke. AK atau apa kan, Rom?
Marang.
Forai gue.
Yeshua.
Throwing flashbang.
Давай накину, а ты попробуй распекать сайдинг.
Flashbang.
Даю.
Karbus nanti.
Стой, стой, стой. Нижняя зашел. Двое, нижняя запуши.
I'm throwing a grenade.
Go B, B is clear.
Oke, oke.
BT base 1. I don't know.
Check the low, but now we going B. Oh, car.
Anco, tidak ini ya. Dikenal lo nang dangdut aja, Cok. Wong ruski-ruski.
Filipin ya.
Yes, bro.
Philippine, fuck you, Philippine.
Ah iya, блядь.
操你妈.
Ah, ciao ni mga sabia. Go fucking war with Ukraine, bro. What the fuck are you doing in CSGO? Go play CSGO in real life, my friend.
I don't need it. I hate it from Russia.
Bro. Papa fucking with you.
No. Putin is dumb.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna call KGB and report you, okay?
Okay. Report for me. Report.
Where Putin living?
What do you mean?
I fuck Putin in the ass, bro.
Yeah.
Putin from India. Dikawe cite ya, biar mau irik.
Cuk, bot frag yo iya, sengaja bot frag ya.
Ini aku lak tuku sate mulimo ya. Tak bagi nona koncoku, seneng cuk.
Enak.
Iya. KPPU, ono sing KPPU iki.
Anjay.
Engko tak tag yo.
Oke. Ulang tahun kan ya, anjay.
Hehehe.
Kadone still itu
Apa ngutang cuk kadone cuk.
Mbok bonus ya ngene iku.
Iya, kadang tak bonus.
Kobi.
Hello, my friend.
Spinbot
Clone
Kobi.
ебаный
Gustin
в
bot
рот.
bad friend.
Эти угарные.
Use your hack.
Hati kurwo. Tikokot.
We shall rule the day. Throwing a flashback. Smoke. Flashback.
There you go. Use it, Kobe.
Long
flashbang.
One city.
I'm throwing smoke.
2B, 2B. Awas, awas.
Throwing a flashbang.
Один на Б сидит за Xbox.
Door, cuk.
Сити один пошел, режь.
Sini, sini, sini.
Сити, давай. Лаз Б.
B, 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 B.
Where last? B, B, B.
Oh, harus, блядь,
Fucking
harus.
Putin.
Ты их слышишь?
Нет, я их мут закинулся.
А я это, короче говоря, хорош, хорош, хорош.
I love Ruski, bro. You have the Fuska, bro. Eh?
We must move.
No.
Oh, you gay?
No.
Flashbang.
It's okay to be gay.
I'm throwing flashbang. Grenade.
Ну-ка, давай выйдем.
Long, long.
One B,
Go away, go away.
one B, one mid.
Burn.
Ставлю.
I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
Middle up. Last middle. LT.
На Б пошел. Либо нижняя. Нижняя.
Сколько таблет, bro? Ай, привет. Дмитрий.
Hello.
Дмитрий.
Apa, Rick?
Сколько таблет,
Dapat.
bro?
Oh. Kira. Mari itu ngombe ako sali. Karo.
Сколько таблет? Fucking bitch.
Let's go. Let's go.
Он мейт.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
So much long.
I'm throwing smoke. Flashbang.
Rami long, Jo.
Хорош.
Burn.
Oh, no. Window.
Throwing a grenade.
Push. Behind, careful. Mid.
Eh, window.
Short, mid. Careful.
Bomb has been planted.
Long.
Ушел вправо.
Просто.
Low.
Ты сейчас горишь. А, нет.
Пошел ты нахуй, блядь.
Он не лоу.
Дмитрий.
Drop.
Дмитрий?
Why I have money?
Why money
No, I don't have money.
Thank you, my friend.
is enough to fuck your mom?
We will defeat the men.
What?
Hey, сколько таблет, bro?
I'm throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing smoke. Flashbang.
1B guy.
Throwing fire.
Похуй, мне нечем говорить.
Kar. Uppercut.
О,
Ну и блин.
Nice.
Guard that.
Behind, careful, behind.
No.
Grenade. Grenade.
Short, one shot.
Oh, CP.
ada yang nonton Farel. Farel Prayoga.
Долбоёб.
Dolbayok.
Gani, ga.
Gobi.
Awit
What?
niya,
Tat up.
Long.
Ух. А у тебя тоже
Awe, pede,
синий
cok,
застрял?
pede, cok.
Nyantel aja. Goblok. On kok receh.
AWP ini nyangkut.
Farel.
Rasbi.
Sorry.
Rasbi enak ini.
Б. Может быть 2Б.
Блять, мясо полетело, ебаное.
Arrow Farel.
Зашел, там.
Lu lapo, cok, cok.
Cuk, aku ngebocok 4 kill tok gendeng.
Lu recording lah, Borik. Kacuk.
Let's go. Throwing fire. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
What do you mean? Is there flash, bro?
Что делать будем?
Farel ning Banyuwangi.
Рыбак все стоит.
Берем.
Short.
Это ванвей, наверное.
Gobi.
Cover that. На каре.
Kar.
Wih, ada yang nonton berapa nih? 3 cuy. Gila.
Блин, жестко. Не могу, что-то этот... Будто мышка улетает.
Let's go, people.
Short, guys. Ghost, short.
Еще факт.
Cuk, aku kok nyabun sih. Long, Ger. Long.
No, high mid.
Мид был.
Шорт пойдет.
Ушел. Он ушел.
Понял.
Long. pakai tablet bro. How old are you? Fucking bitch.
Iso-iso ya mirik jancuk.
Oh, main OCS terus cuk makanya cuk.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sweet, sweet.
Flashback. Throwing a grenade.
Tolong. One more, I mid.
Red.
Deal.
Lower one.
Fire in the hole.
I mid.
Deploying flashbang.
Может быть last long. Не точно. Ага.
Deploying
Flash.
Relong tuh.
Не въебало, блядь, синий кидает, а.
Mana lihat. Asyik.
Our mission is simple. Take them out. Incendiary out. Throwing fire. Flashbang.
One high mid, one high. Two high mid.
Grenade out.
One more.
Bom drop ya.
Laying down smoke.
Chill.
AF bom.
Flashbang.
Tunnel.
Throwing smoke.
1B, 10 HP.
Short half.
Cuk nang kono, mati bes.
Бом тебе.
Текстура баганая какая-то.
Rangi opo sih hari cuk? Itu ku
Drop Rick. Aman.
Oh,
Lo.
Empar. Green.
Meneng.
Copo
Form up. Let's go.
А чё ты эмочку выбросил?
Мне маг. Давай, хуйню туда.
Throwing flashbang. Incendiary out.
Мэтт.
Grenade out. Throwing fire. Smoke. Deploying flashbang.
Be clear, I don't know. Stay lower
Мид.
Smoke.
Hancur. What?
Incendiary.
Ini malah hancur gitu. What? 10 HP.
Throwing smoke.
Long.
I mid.
Long.
I mid green.
Hit one, hit.
Long mini.
Hit.
Scout.
Pit.
Уш.
Sabar.
Pit.
Sini.
Low.
Да ладно.
Это пиздец. Без попаданий нахуй, минус 80. Ебаный синий дебил, который там стоял на карте.
Он тебя втыкнул, да?
Он тыкнул и спалил меня, блядь.
Apa hari cuk? We need your feedback. I don't care.
Xbox.
Apa ya cuk mau cuk?
Ikan knife cuk karpe cuk.
Просто на синем дебил, блядь.
Я видел.
Блять, еще эти вот микролаги тащи, поймешь. Не задержка, блядь, в секунду, наверное. Чем считывает дамаг по ним.
Laying down smoke. Incendiary. Grenade.
LT Rom.
Mid.
LT situ.
One more blue box. Blue box.
High
One more.
mid, high mid.
LT one.
Fuck.
Bomb long, bomb long.
Bomb bro, bomb bro.
Throwing flashbang.
Cuk, tuh aku cari cek gendeng cuk. Miras sih cuk kata tadi cuk.
Хочешь шамочку дам? Блин.
Oh lihat.
Grab your gear and let's go.
Suicide. Left, left.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing smoke. Fire in the hole.
Fuck, I'm blind.
Smoke.
Nice, nice.
Throwing a grenade.
One tunnel.
Tanang banget. Timing, cok.
Капец, они там ликуют за каждый фраг.
Your mom. Trap cuk. Itu baik.
Soon. My mom is gay.
You cannot be gay in Russia.
This is it, my friends.
Невидимый.
Incendiary out.
Мид.
Fire. Flashbang.
Шорт.
Short.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole. Flashbang.
Mid.
Throwing fire. Incendiary out. Throwing a grenade.
Door.
Low. Nice.
One more low.
Mid.
Tunnel, inside tunnel.
Mid door last.
Mid door.
Potato, high mid. Xbox.
Maybe going short. Still high mid. Short door.
Deploying flashbang.
LT.
Wow. Нижний.
Cari niat cuk.
Б.
Harus lihat.
That's right.
So, Chino na jago nggak teli, cok. Ngeri, cok.
Блять, я по нему стреляю. В итоге я
Ikut, cok, musuh.
падаю на...
Beli gaming.
Пиздец, давай.
Main kok anjuk.
5 пинка, ебать, 120 пинка. Вообще пиздец.
А вар у тебя какой?
Aku disalib.
Зеленый графон. Чтоб меня не смущало.
О, жесть.
Я играю на 60-70 FPS.
Kill combat.
Жесть.
Incendiary. Grenade.
Bawa tunnel LT one.
Grenade out. Deploying flashbang.
Кто топ мидл?
LT one.
Он такси.
Mid.
Laying down smoke.
One tunnel.
Throwing fire.
Бокс ван.
Fuck!
Shit. 3 mid,
True,
3 long, 3 long.
Throwing flashbang.
Oh my god.
To side.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Що он делає, що забули?
I'll do the same. Na, 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 na.
Ayo, na mid, rushing mid.
Yakin.
Rushing mid.
Bon, LD.
Ayo.
LD. Pusing
LD aja.
aku upper tunnel, Jo. Mana?
LD ayo, LD.
Они не пушить
Aku
будут.
upper.
Долбоёбы. Ну, пизда.
Flashbang. Grenade out.
Мейт, one mid.
Nice.
Flashbang.
Шорт сейчас пойдет.
You sold that LD.
Short.
Throwing a grenade.
Nice.
Найс.
Блять, ни разу по мне не попал в лоб.
Musuh dikasih siap, Cuk.
Keadaan kan LT, Jo kan mid mau mati. Ya, your mom shut up, bitch.
Господи, у наших КД это вообще 0.5.
Let's go, people. Throwing smoke. Incendiary out. Throwing flashbang. Fire in the hole. Grenade out.
Мид есть.
Mid. Two mid. One low.
Incendiary.
Short, going short.
Xbox.
Nice.
Мид, блять. Ловер
Lanting
мидл.
terus cari gitu.
Бомб топ мид.
Tas liga low.
2 mid. Stay long.
Throwing fire. Smoke.
B. What the fuck? He betrayed me?
Deploying flashbang.
Fake, bro.
Это дичь была, как он меня попал, если типа я ушел оттуда. Он меня битрейт.
Ну, если ЦЗшка, он ебать пытается пазлом попасть. Когда мог спокойно с ЦЗ убить.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
Смок шорт.
Out.
Flashbang.
Oh,
Шорт.
Mid.
one long.
Битрейт.
Long free long.
Throwing smoke.
One half.
You have flash. Flash
Минус 32,
long.
минус 45.
Еще.
Stupid.
Last half.
Nice, liga.
Ahoy, блядь.
Я темочку дам.
Я на таком ФПСе даже и на глобале. До глобала дойду. Ну, ни разу не апдал его. Суприм дохожу.
Не, ну для низкого FPS это вообще отличный рынок. Потому что, блин, у меня 400, и я так не могу делать.
Flashbang.
One shot.
Эй, you block me! LT on. Nice.
One, liga.
Rotate.
Low, 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 half. Nice.
Mid one. 82 minus. Минус 82 справа.
Grenade out.
Carlong.
Двое на мид.
Left.
Incendiary out.
Хорош. Блин, ну я прям чувствую, как у тебя лагает.
Не, у меня из-за пинга здесь не регает. Если бы 70 пинг, то есть для меня легко играть.
Оу.
А и вот это из-за пинга, тут что вот я могу вот мидл убивать.
Aku sampai engko paling nak warung
А
jam
логин
biru,
у
jam
меня
8.
вокруг нет, я не
Jam
чувствую,
9
что
lah.
мне 70.
Да.
Cumbek cuk, parah cuk.
Чисто из-за пинга.
Throwing fire. Incendiary. Grenade out.
Short, hit.
Grenade.
Over.
Short, careful short. Short.
I got you.
Care short guys.
Cuk, ayo lah tenang aja.
Smoke.
My bad.
Top mid.
Oh.
Posisiku gak enak.
Два хедшота мне ответил.
Сити вон.
City.
Сити шорт.
Gani. Give me flashbang. Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry, Yellow.
Let's go.
No problem.
Grenade out. Fire in the hole.
Ayo long ini. Cuk.
Along.
What the fuck?
Один, то есть смог на старт и шьют его, блин. Клон.
Along.
One half HP. Блин, нахуй просто была и покупать.
Ну да, этот калькулятор, это вообще дичь какая-то.
Badannya niga, tangannya kecil.
Racing.
Nah.
OT.
У нас вон в тиме 3 дичи ебаных. У которых больше
Разбей.
что компы нормальный и пинг нормальный. Не умеет нихуя.
Laying down smoke.
Kau enak kemana hari ini, Cuk?
Throwing flashbang.
Long.
Flashbang.
Wih. Wis mati, Cuk, buyar Cuk, OT, Cuk.
Блин. Ну ладно, зато не поражение хотя бы.
Throwing smoke.
Хотя бы дропа оставили бы, блядь. Пистолет убить.
Deploying flashbang.
Curi, slow banget, Cuk.
Блядь, неужели было смотрит?
Дичь. Ладно, пойду я покушаю. Кто с работы приехал еще.
Morning guys.
Я говорю, пойду покушаю, с работы недавно приехали просто.
Coyo kan. Just report it in case, just in case.
Ya, Rik.
Tak game mari ngono magriban yo.
Oke. Lo sholat nanti nang kono.
Yo gak lah cuma cuk. Angke ini kawan.
Oh mulai sih. Kon kok balik mana?
Iya paling.
Oh iya kabari ae.
Kan sampai jam piro sih?
Sampai jam 09.00, sampai jam
Disco
09.00.
gak main ah.
Bisko Solo Bisko.
Hero Dota iki opo sih Hero Dota iki? Dota 2. Duh, ya apa sih? Nanti. Duh, offline ya. Mati lampu, Cuk. Anti match. Oh no. Okay.
Counter terrorists.
Yeah. Cuk, hero nih, Cuk. Ada ini. Abandon. Links. Onde? Oh, Astralis go home. Up.
Well, Big Hooksy takes on the team with the big jerseys. That's right. Welcome back, everybody. You're about to witness Flamey in action yet again, and it's the road to Rio that we find ourselves on. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinarily long car ride that we find ourselves on, which is quite the journey. And for this guys in one win, it's probably going to be a longer one.
And it's probably the worst time possible to meet G2. In fact, had they met G2 after that 16-0 versus Ecstatic, you could maybe argue that there is a world in which G2 takes them a little bit lightly and you surprise them. But I feel like that game against C9 for G2 was such a high-level game. Doesn't matter the loss, doesn't matter win or loss, just everyone is online now. That was one of the highest level games we've had at a tournament, and G2 is here to play.
So, Yanko, I feel like if anyone's got their ear to the street here for G2, it's you. So what do we need to know about the internals of G2? How are they, you know, it all looks good on the outside, but how's the team atmosphere?
Great. I think the team atmosphere is great. You know, they like the way they're playing at the moment. They realize this is the path moving forward, and that it's going to take time for everyone to get used to this style, to get adjusted, and for them to really unlock their potential, right? They're aware that at the moment...
Nakasiran. Nakasiran. Really? Cok. Gue underpass. Oh, India, Cok. Middle one. One B.
Kikel Cuk.
B two.
Tumit.
Cok.
Grenade out.
पीछे का पूरा बी
अरे यार क्या खोल रहे थे itu kemana Ricky Gateli?
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Let's roll.
Low.
Bomb has been planted.
That's low.
Ninja.
pretty good.
Oh no.
Terrorists win.
Cut ya. Namaste.
जाती है जो F है ना
Yes, you from India?
नो पाकिस्तान
This is Bandit
Jai
country.
Hind.
Shoot enemy smokes.
मुझे ऐसा रिप्लाई आएगा मुझे सोचा था पाकिस्तान का बाप
This one.
ओह वाह
नहीं
Decoys out. Throwing flashbang.
One middle.
One is coming B.
पैलेस कर पाओ
One B.
कर पैलेस
B. It's B.
One low.
Last side.
Counter-terrorists win.
Berapa damage lah ceplok Cuk.
ये जो F है ना F
हाँ
मेरा दोस्त था वो
Zindabad.
नो
I love India.
Move it.
अल्लाह अकबर
Incendiary. Throwing flashbang.
कंट्री यू फ्रॉम
Laying down smoke.
India. One.
Incendiary out. Flashbang.
clear.
Aim in one.
Deploying flashbang.
Amit, Amit.
Amit, Amit.
Amit clear, Amit, Amit.
Ama.
F semua.
Cok, peluru kuntai, cok.
अरे
Underpass. Are come on, dude. Peek underpass.
मैं कहाँ था अरे भूंगा
Ah, cok biru, cok. Ateli, cok.
कनेक्टर कनेक्टर
Connector.
Okay.
Biru nggak teli, cok.
Kirby Rasbal. Rom, lagi Rom.
Oh, siap.
Kayak rusuh.
How about lives?
Pakistan Zindabad. Stop flashing.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang. Throwing smoke. Flashbang.
Back.
Laying down cover.
Amit, Amit.
Palace falling down.
Throwing fire.
Coming mid. Top mid.
Throwing flashbang.
T-Bus.
Throwing flashbang. Incendiary out. Smoke.
F.
Oh, last.
Ya.
Last.
Decoy.
Pakistan Zindabad. Cuti abal.
Cok, iso bahasa apa aja, Ricky, cok. Semua bahasa. Madura iso, Ricky. Tancuk. Bangun sate.
Purple, you from which country?
Flashbang. Incendiary. Throwing smoke.
Amit.
Be clear.
Throwing flashbang.
Amit.
Again flash mid for you. Purple and flash.
Deploying flashbang.
Flash, purple please.
Flashbang.
आई मीन वाह यार पर आई मीन 84 टाइप में पहले डिफॉल्ट प्लांटिंग
One high mid.
One more. Under.
Palace.
One mid last. Connector.
Diffuse.
Diffusing. Laying down smoke. Bomb has been defused. Throwing fire.
Kenny yes.
Nggak, cok. Pak DS.
Coba macam apa nih?
Let's go. Incendiary out. Grenade out. Laying down smoke. Throwing
What the
flashbang.
fuck? Oh, kicau.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire.
Ambil.
Throwing
Shot
smoke.
one.
Flashbang. Smoke. Deploying flashbang.
I do the same. Na.
B side.
बेस प्लांट
Deploying flashbang.
One corner.
Left corner. Get right.
Kirimu jo.
Smoke.
Thank you, Brian.
की रैंक क्या है ब्रो
Yellow, can I drop off? I can drop M4, you know. Kenny, my boy.
no.
Thank you.
Ricky terlalu baik, Cuk. Kau nggak boleh menyupport timmu, Rick.
Friendly.
Flashbang. Laying down smoke.
Be careful.
Throwing a grenade. Throwing smoke. Grenade.
Be careful, boys.
One okay. Team in one.
One palace.
No sandwich.
Low.
Bro. iPhone. Cuk.
Dulu. Wah. Colo gue, Cuk.
Fortnite illa babaji.
Come on, chop. Grenade out.
Team in one. One more.
Be clear.
More aim.
Low.
Throwing smoke.
Palace.
One F. One apa? Palas aimin. Careful. Kill him, bro.
Deploying flashbang.
Oh my god.
अरे यार मार दे bro.
Wait. Blue don't peek, huh? Blue don't peek.
No way.
Kill him, bro.
Blue don't peek.
Senjatai USB masalah, Cuk.
दो ही एमबी बगैर का बंदा.
Cuk, kacau udah lagi, Cuk. Mataku kacau, Rick.
That guy saw. Fuck. He stuttered at the last minute. What the fuck he left?
Menang.
Popple. Pakistan Zindabad.
Oh, Jai Hind.
Cuk, hatahan aku, Cuk. Dulu, Cuk.
You from which country? I'll bomb your country.
Yes, I'm from Albania. I'm from Bangladesh. Madarjat.
I bomb your country then.
Smoke. Grenade out. Flashbang.
Aim and out.
Laying down smoke. Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Amen lagi.
Aim and palace.
Flashbang.
Ayo, Cok, bikin. Datang sama.
Aim and
Bro.
Low.
Aim and palace. Aim and palace.
Amen low.
Bawa apa sih, Cok?
Amen lo.
Cok.
Hopper.
Sandwich.
Oh my god, fucking noob.
Oh my god.
Ngomongin gila apa sih?
Parah, Cuk. Kumpul.
Kirby. Masalah lagi pingin gede-gede terus, Cok. Kita mau.
Aku DC, Cuk.
Move out.
DC terus aku, Cuk.
This round, boy.
Push me, blue.
Throwing smoke. Throwing a grenade.
Fragment for that.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire.
Mid
One
and
mid,
mid.
two.
Connected. They're connected.
Laying down smoke.
Top mid, two.
Incendiary.
Clear.
Middle one.
Keep walking.
Oh, you know me. Go back orange.
Top mid still.
Careful apps. Careful apps.
One
Yaps.
I mid one. One more I mid.
Not taking me.
Apps.
Last time, mate.
F. DV room.
Top mid is it?
I said
hey.
room.
On top DP.
Bro, FK रैंक है वो बंदा अकेला कैसे कर रहा है?
अरे वो तेरे रैंक का है वो डीएमबी या कुछ.
चुप. Achutia.
Your mom.
Let's have
Achutia
at
bale.
it.
Kerbiras.
Smoke. Deploying flashbang. Grenade.
Amen.
Smoke. Incendiary out. Throwing flashbang. Smoke. Throwing fire.
Be clear.
Almost I made TV room careful.
Deploying flashbang.
Might be watching.
One amen. Careful.
I mid. Eh,
Kau no.
enggak sih, Asia tapi.
Grenade out.
Palace.
Throwing
Low.
Kapan
incendiary
ya?
area.
Amen and Palace. Palace.
Amen.
Amen still.
Amen. Depan murid. One balas.
Palace. पीछे देख वो छोड़ उसको.
Low.
Palace.
Laying down smoke.
जंगल.
Jungle.
Beres maju.
Throwing flashbang.
Stairs, careful.
Tapi cenang kau no cuk.
They're going big.
Wes nanti.
They have taken the off.
Ya apa sih cari gitu?
Dia apa sih?
Still lifetime bile. Oh, nice one.
Nice one Igor.
Defusing the bomb.
Namaste.
Pakistan.
Flashbang.
Allah.
I love Narendra Modi, bro. So handsome.
Drink his tea then.
Wah, akhirnya global di atas, yuk. Global elite economy.
Ayah.
Incendiary.
He makes good tea.
Incendiary. Deploying flashbang.
Flashing top mid.
Throwing flashbang. Flashbang.
Min.
Throwing
Mid.
grenade.
Amen one. Amen one.
Incendiary out.
Apa sih? One very low. Emin satu.
Palace देख रहे हो.
One low.
Care B.
BB.
Be dead. We don't have a bomb. Might be in palace only.
Probably amen.
Ani cuk, hero.
Side.
Okay.
बाहर bro. Now see.
एमएस है ना?
Ah, yes.
Loved it.
These boys have got a bit of an arsenal and they're using it. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Laying down smoke.
2 mid.
Palace aiming. Smoke palace. Can I smoke palace? Chalo.
Wrong.
Touch smoke.
Grenade. Throwing flashbang. Grenade out.
I mid, one I mid.
Incendiary out.
Smoke palace.
Garbi. Amin one.
Amen.
Tetris.
Nice.
One more amen. He fell back. Probably.
Deploying flashbang.
Underpass ही जगह दाने.
Careful jungle.
No jungle. Biru nang jungle di matamu.
Probably saw him amen. Palace blue. His amen. I told you his amen.
Throwing smoke. Decoy.
Amen last. Go kill him.
Amen. AK. Yellow.
Drop me, bro.
Kenapa jalan apa AWP ya?
Semarang.
Di drop yuk.
Move it, son. Smoke. Deploying decoy.
Amen out. Amen.
Smoke. Flashbang. Incendiary out. Grenade out.
Low, Palace low.
Don't smoke.
B shot probably.
B. B shot one. Bench one.
Lah.
बेटर हो रहा मुझे पता है ना हो रहा है bro okay
my friend,
good
let's
start,
go my
good
friend.
start.
Where? A shot?
If we 4 go B he plants it
Okay.
easy
Fast loose.
Nandi.
Let's go, my brother.
come B yellow come B
Cok angel cok harus mungkin cok bau kan cok.
Connector kan?
Cok marah cok.
Low itu.
Nice. Gobi. One shot, one B shot.
B shot planting.
Okay, plan A.
short one.
One B shot.
One B short, आजा B short.
Leather room.
One city. Ladder room.
Knife him. Knife him.
City, Cok.
Push. Enak.
Knife.
Cok, Ricky mau cut, Cok. Pahacing.
Terima.
Oh, rush B.
Two chicken fried rice, bro.
Oh, I want a biryani, bro. Where I should
Biryani.
buy biryani.
Come Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. In Pakistan, you find it in Islamabad.
Chaya.
Sukriya.
Shah Rukh Khan fan.
Side.
For the smoke. Behind the smoke.
Short.
What the fuck? 20. Market. Just market घुस जाना.
Short.
नहीं आएगा वो. सामने ही रहेगा. Just keep. Market.
Last market. The second last. 45. Bye.
Out.
One more.
Abs. Run.
Take corner. Take good. Take corner.
Right side.
I want a egg biryani.
Ya kayak, Cok.
You know? Egg
Why?
biryani, please.
What? Egg biryani.
Egg biryani.
Come to Islamabad. We eat dog eggs.
Cheese paratha.
Do you have pork biryani?
We make dog biryani.
No pork, sir. No pork. Pork biryani, please.
Easy dog biryani.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Wait. Ace main smoke.
Throwing a flashback.
Be sure forward.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Side one.
Fuck!
City one. City. Ticket box.
Eat them. Come, eat them.
Sing loro tekan komente sih. Lirot kabeh, Cuk.
Egg cheese paratha, please.
Jadi wong loro iku lirot kabeh bareng.
One chicken triple fried rice, chicken 65 and chicken dragon.
Egg cheese paratha.
Kung Pao chicken, bro.
Throwing a flashback. Smoke.
Purple, Kung Pao chicken.
I'm throwing a flashback. Flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
Kon. Connector.
Grenade.
One jungle.
Throwing fire. Molotov.
Wow.
Flashback.
Aku sa baba, Cok! Fuck! One aim palace, I think. Palace or aim. Side. No, side. Triple.
One low.
Throwing fire.
Cok.
Smoke.
City.
I am planting the bomb.
What di Zeus, Cuk?
Last back.
Market.
Grenade.
Short.
54. One B shot on market. B shot, 54.
Sukriya.
I give you 2
Kok masih iki kena cacok.
Sukriya iku suwon yo.
Pangan-panganan ya.
Paratha cheese.
छोटू तो चाय बोल
Baklava, Cuk. Baklava India menuju, Cuk.
Itu, Cok. Iku Turki lah gak salah.
आमी कांसो
Pork belly India ya.
कुकरी
Throwing a flashback.
Con 1v.
Nice.
Mid push. Pushing now.
Connector 1.
Underpass.
Pakai cok peluru entek cok.
One high mid, one.
Lebih rendah daripada yang direkomendasikan.
I'll drop you orange. Or green. Pokok naik cok tak drop itu.
Rush B, no.
Rush B.
Mac-10, Jo. Oh alah. Ayo ras.
Ninja, let's go ninja.
Yes.
Let's go ninja.
Rush yellow. Easy kill. What the fuck, blue?
Cok. Let's go.
One market.
Shot.
Market door. Don't fight. Upper market door. Action be shot.
Shot. Upper. Apps upper. Nice.
One market still.
Low. Two shot. One more shot.
Market, Jo.
Be shot.
Market je mau, Jo.
Be shot, cok. Be shot.
Nyesek ya. AWP gelem mau. One off. Bal.
Two ops, guys. Blue, 2 ops. Blue take KK.
Got the prom.
Zoning up.
Guys, come mid to connector.
I will going here.
No, mid to connector. Corona zindabad.
Throwing a flashback. Smoke. I'm throwing a flashback. Flashback.
They smoke palace. Come connector.
One bench.
One stairs.
I'm throwing smoke.
Side, wait. The purple wait.
Taktik.
One more connector.
Triple. City, triple.
City one.
One city, one triple. Triple box. Nice. City upper.
He's coming.
Cup bal.
Cuk.
Anti bro, anti.
Danny, let's go.
Chicken paratha bro. Death rush, be shot.
I will going connector.
No, rush, be shot, we rush, be.
Let's be shot. Okay, my friend.
Smoke connector, rush, be shot, easy.
Easy, my friend. I will smoke connector.
No, come bro.
Smoke. Flashback. Smoke. Flashback. Smoke.
Back outside.
Hey, menderik.
Matamu.
I am planting the bomb.
Cacok. Aku harusnya tuh baca.
Nice.
Short. Bisa diri loh, Cok.
तो मार्केट जाके कौन मारा
Madar cot.
नहीं bro. No abuse.
Can you smoke?
We will make them cry.
Pushing him in. Purple, I'll flash.
Okay.
Cok.
Triple.
Arre,
No side. Side.
Stress.
Guys, let's eco. Full eco this. Full eco. Okay, no buy.
It's okay.
All mid. All 5 mid. Easy. Kill Hopper now. All
Where we go, my friend?
mid. We kill Hopper, then we go B from apps.
Come on, let's go.
We go fast.
Go. Toket.
Pare, help ya.
Tiket. City.
Mati hari ini, Cok. Mati hari ini, Cok. Boka Cok dah. Simple and before.
We do proper ace smokes, okay? One to jungle, one to stairs, one to city. One molly under palace. That under palace molly करना है आप.
So that we may be free.
40 smokes, guys. Ace smokes, come. Aye.
छोड़ यार अपना स्लो कर.
Hold करो, push करता under palace.
Na window.
Smoke. Flashback. Grenade. Throwing fire. Throwing a flashback.
Short.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Walah, Cok.
वो देखो उसमें.
अरे
वो देखो.
Rastra.
Throwing a flashback.
we will lose if we don't listen to calls, guys. Even I. पता है उसको मारना है. वापस सही जाओ.
I'm throwing a grenade.
Time.
Throwing fire. I am planting the bomb.
अरे नाइस प्लान.
Purple, give call. Nobody listens. Purple.
Apa Cok?
Come on, let's go. I'm throwing smoke.
के साथ ही चल. लेकिन अकेले मत जा, साथ चल.
आ रहा हूँ.
Flashback. I'm throwing.
Smoke window पे. Come B, guys, come B. Everyone come B. Gather B. We rush B.
One window. Window mid.
Throwing smoke.
Ready? Steady. Smoking.
I'm throwing a flashback. Grenade.
Nah, abang ngapain cok? Oh cok.
Market 88. Jungle is jungle 88.
बच जा यार इसको बंदे को बोल दे।
अरे 88 है, मर गया वो, हो गया। जाना हाइंड कर रहे हैं, एक ही बाकी इधर है, साइड पे इधर है, साइड पे 88 है वो, जंगल वंगल रहेगा। ब्लू स्टेज साइड है, केयर बी शॉट ब्लू, बी शॉट रैप्स।
Nah, cok goblok cok.
Rush Bibal. For the win. Thế cười gì chỗ xoa lại chỗ.
Let's play slow. Let's not rush.
Okay.
They shall regret this day.
One come palace.
चलो आगे पीछे जाऊंगा।
Palace आएगा।
क्लोज है
Go. Back.
Name and close.
चला गया।
पीछे हो जा। रोटेशन है पे। बी कम पर्पल बी।
Kombi. Cok nanti cok aku jualan anak B. Bokong cok apian cok.
Guys. We go together, we win. Otherwise, we lose. We fake A and then we go B, okay? Together. We fake A.
एक में भी क्या है, मैं भी जाता हूँ पहले।
We will drive them from our lands. Nico is out.
Just throw. Show presence at A and then we go.
Ngomong apa sih Chan cok, suara pecah-pecah zona aku cok.
Go B fast.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a
I'm
flashbang.
restart.
Yellow B.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Short, B short.
Smoke.
One side.
Market.
Be shot dead. One side.
Throwing a
Flashing
flashbang.
market.
Throwing fire.
Don't play.
Sorry.
One shot.
Market.
Red market.
It is over.
Karata, playing one more.
Tapi jam berapa sih kan?
Sampai jam
Play
9.
one more.
No, I need to play back.
Wes mulai kasi apa bo?
Oleh sampah cuk, nggak ada heli oleh sampah.
Cok Nova cok, what the fuck?
Nah.
Gonna try and plant this, but can't hold it, knows that, so it's just a bait to try and pull someone toward him. He does, he pulls everyone, and Deco's AWP as well to make it now 11 for one win. This is crazy that it's come back to this. I mean, it was 9-6 at half, it wasn't that far gone. But it's just crazy the fashion now that they win the pistol, get ecoed, and they haven't been able to get anything going on the CT side, G2.
I think the fact that that first half scoreline, the 9-6, it didn't really feel like it was going to be a problem until late, and that's where
that's true.
They got 3 out of the last 4 rounds to make the 9-6 half, and He's looking flat here, isn't it? Nico just tries to run up in a Hail Mary attempt, and on the other side, look how fired up they're getting, right? There's a clear...
I know you made the point,
here.
especially for NA Road to Rio, that coming out of Pro League, certain teams would be warmed up and had a bit of a boot camp. Glowing, gonna take out Hooksy, Lollipop, JKS. This will be another slaughter. Lollipop's just on it now, isn't he? Up to 21, but he's down. Nico and Hunter with something to work with if they can get a little closer. The problem is they won't get closer to guns. Oh my God, Nico, he hit another. This is a 2-on-2. Bomb's gonna be grabbed. And is he gonna run it back? Really? That's okay. Fair enough, he's got the AWP. Where does Nico go in this? Because he knows that Travis has to be toward Donut, so he's still trying to pull him out. We buy it. It actually worked against them.
Wow. How has Travis found this gap? And the fact that Nico's
he's gone now. Yep, he thinks he's gone. He thinks he did run away.
Okay, well, when is the penny going to drop for Nico that he can walk out? How is he going to get a tell? He's the one who has to make the next move. So this is all intuition for Nico now. As he steps out and clears, he's going to see nobody at home.
Interestingly, he has a smoke as well, but didn't elect to use it. He's just going to try and hope. Yeah, this is optimism. This is him going, okay, it's worked. My fake worked. And just like that, he can put the bomb down, and now he has, excuse me, some post-plant utility. Travis has realized that he has stayed over on that side of the map, so he'll rotate back.
Travis has a smoke as well. If he drops the smoke on the bomb, Nico only has a deagle. He hasn't found a rifle yet. He's going to have to spam the 7 bullets through. Underarm and defuse. Underarm defuse. Sit it in front of him.
He's going to go. No rifle picked up. He is holding it. Nico knows it. Nico knows it. He's got it lined up. Oh my goodness, he's perfect. He is so composed. You're not going to fool an old wily fox like Nico in that situation. No panic on the deagle. Timed every shot to hit the recoil dead on. And 11-11. Good win. Pull that back.
Apparently running at a brick wall works. The fact that they sacrificed 3 players so that Hunter and Nico can do this, yeah, you can make the justification. But this was literally just an A rush. It was an all-out A rush on a light buy. Right? That's the type of... How does he... Did he see something there? It's 3 bullets direct.
I think he just knew the lineup. That was pretty sweet. He knew the lineup. When he fires the first, he hears the shot hit, right? So I think it's like Battleship, literally. You want to go back to that reference. Like, oh, you one here? Let's go this one and this one then.
Yeah, well, he's lucky to pull that off, really. But a great round, and is it going to be enough to bring G2 back into it?
I'm going to make my point quickly that I was trying to make. The Americas, yes, it was like a boot camp, and we know that some of those teams don't have as many scrim opposition, or the meta is not the same over there. So in that case, I think, yes, they're going to shine coming out of Pro League. For some of these teams like G2 that have been grinding so hard and been on the road so much, you get a team like OneWin who's had a bit more time off to get preparation on the board. This is where these best of ones, we always say this, the best of ones can really be a problem for the top teams.
And when you are in tournament season and you're one of the teams that everybody's looking at and you're constantly playing and playing and playing, you don't really have too many days to add to the playbook. And I think we're seeing that with G2. I think we saw it yesterday on Mirage. We're seeing it a little bit here now. They're relying on their individuals to pluck them out of holes.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, top teams have top individuals. That's all good and well. But yeah, you also can't counter-strat every single team while they look at you, like you said. So pushing down the ramp, Travis will be the first to swing the corner. Headshot shows Nate. Does he get it off? He got it off, but it's too deep. It's too late. Oh, he did get Travis. He caught him with it. Hooksy's left on 3. Damage goes both directions, but Nico's going to pull it back at least to a level manpower situation. But look at the HP, Chad.
Okay, well, yeah, very, very low across the board. What do we got? 23 points of health between 3 players right now.
Good math.
Come on, Lollipop, if they know how low they are, they can still win this round. Need to be careful. Can't even walk into your own teammates' flames here. And look at that at range. MP9 strikes. Deco. Oh, they can... I don't think they rotate. They have to finish on this site.
Hooksy with the AWP. I mean, not a bad decision considering it's 3 HP, but the MP9, yeah, this is too easy. And he
my lord!
Lollipop burned him. He knew he was out of the frying pan into the fire, I think, quite literally, because if he stayed in the open, that MP9 was coming around, and the op was not ready, and it's now 1 win at 12.
Add that one to the G2 Calamity playbook, not defusing bombs, forgetting to defuse bombs. Like, we've had all of the madness with G2. This is another one here that Flames made this one look extremely funny, but all that damage comes back to bite them in the arse here. Lollipop having a monstrous performance here. Take him to the candy shop as I'll grab this mid control again. A little bit rough around the edges. There's a few MP9s in players. JKS will flash them forward. They need to initiate and find these kills, but through the fire they come, and Hunter and Nico. Oof, swallow a chunk of damage. They're both below half HP. OneWin can convert this round, and as long as they deny the plant, they're in a very tidy position. Glowing flashed off the line. He wanted to have a smoke combo, but will instead have to extinguish for Deco now, who resides. Hooksy forward, he will fall, and more bodies available here. Deco has help. They can just stand and fight. The nade now. A little bit too deep with the flash forward. Hunter He has this control, but they know they have to deal with Deco. We'll need to walk through the smoke and catch him on a timing, and will. G2 have been able to level things up 4-on-4, but OneWin are looking ready to surge.
Glowing around the corner, MP9. Modesty left with a single digit of HP. In fact, just 1 HP. As the MP9 shredded into him, but he was saved and kept alive by his teammate. They know he's low. That's going to make it easy for Lollipop, who continues to clean up on kills. 25. Now he's matched Hunter, who is by far and away the leader for G2 and in the server for quite a period of time. And now he passes Hunter as he drops the bomb again for a moment. Speaking of, it's Hunter that'll grab it and go back down Donut. They're going to try and sneak away from this, but they're going to realize this, and obviously the rotations are faster from the CT side.
Well, they can try and get there quickly. The question is, how far forward is Nico going to go? The fact he's going the long way means that he won't be able to get the jump on them and cut them off at the pass. Travis coming back to investigate here. But Nico does have some forward territory, but we'll need to win this first fight. 10 seconds.
Travis is there. 10 seconds, and Nico's going to get picked off. Bomb for Hunter. He's got to go get around the pillar faster than that. He was too slow to do it. Flamey's found him. It's 13 now for OneWin, who only need 1 win in a best of 1 to go 2-1 in this entire bracket, the Swiss system. And G2, Hooksy said they have to qualify.
This is wild, Matt, because Fnatic lost as well, right? So you're going to have some big fish down there. This is the 1-2 column is not going to be easy at all. I know in best of 3s, that's where you start to favor some of these squads, but look how frustrated they all are over there on G2. I don't know if they came in here expecting to have an easy day at the office. Been questioning if Deco's the truth. Well, apparently Lollipop is. He's a monster right now. Glowing, Travis, they're all contributing here as well. Molly off the line, forced back now. We'll have to relinquish control. Now, this is the key. They've done this before. Hooksy comes over, he pushes them off the B lane, he gets all the real estate they require, and they try and execute onto this A site on a timing. You can see the U-tilt from Modesty lined up. But they look so disjointed. Like in that round there, Hunter, knowing that he has to plant, Nico knowing that he needed to make a play, JKS as well, knowing that there could have been a play at Temple. Like all of those awkward timings, I don't know if it's awkward timings or if they're expecting to get respected, but OneWin are not giving them that. And by the time Hooksy comes back, he was the one who just sold the fake. There'll probably be an info play from OneWin to get them a little bit of info back either towards mid or B, and they should be rotating someone to assist as soon as these smokes are coming over.
Smoke over the top. Goes back towards CT. Temple will be covered as well. Glowing. Gonna fire into that smoke naturally. Hooksy's gonna take some damage from it. Lollipop, though, he's in trouble. He tries to run back, and Hunter's on the case. Hunter doesn't want to give away the lead in this frag race. It's gonna be Flamey that takes out Hooksy. Good find, at least, to cover off 1 in the post plant, but it is a post plant situation. Hunter has that AK to work with, which can be a huge problem for them. And they've got a pretty good spread as well on this defensive side. The T side, that is, being defensive of the bomb.
Only flashes, no smokes, no mollies. This is doable for G2.
Hunter's the one that's now stuck in the site, though, with this AK. So the pistols are going to have to be so quick on top of it. Spotted a second player, I'm pretty sure. I think he saw the gun barrel at the very least. Now he sees the elbow. But they might back off this. They're gone. This is going to be a save. G2's going to pull one back. It's going to go 13-12. Get away with it. Catch them out with some speed. Flamey stays close enough by to not get caught in CT.
Well, here's a fun little stat for everybody playing at home. The 3 rounds that G2 have been able to convert in this second half have all been with pistols. One was actually the pistol round, and the other 2 were with Tech-9s and Deagles. So the fact that this is the way that they're able to put, I don't even want to call it consistent rounds, but the way they're able to put rounds on the board should be a worrying sign, because we are now at the tail end of this one. That save will facilitate another OneWin purchase. G2 could break them here late, and that could be their key to picking up this game. But once again, now that the rifles are back out, where did G2 go? How do they look to finish here? The Hail Mary attempts are being absolutely bludgeoned by U2, and again, spam through, Glowing. Look at all the chip damage. JKS, Hooksy, Nico, the walking wounded so early.
Oh, Deco's gonna find JKS. Travis has Nico. This is another gun round gone, perhaps, Chad. That's a stout point that you make, that it's been all pistols that have found them success. Just goes to show how desperate it is. And maybe there's something in that, though. Sometimes when I see teams win on pistols, I think, well, okay, what are they doing differently? They're closing the gap. They're being quick. They're catching off the defense. Why not implement that into the gun rounds as well?
I think Kassad brought that up as well with the Cloud9 matchup. When they were on those eco rounds, they were taking a few more risks than what they were on the gun rounds. But this is the T side. So it feels like any of the patterns, any of the rounds they've been running, like JK is getting caught there walking up behind the smoke. There's no response to that. They're down 2 players, and they're going to walk into the blender.
Honesty takes out Glowing, so at least 1 back.
No lollipops here.
Have to. And they do. Hoopsy's got the shot. So that at least brings it to a 3-on-3. Still a chance in this. Bomb's going to get planted by Hunter. m0NESY back inside of the donut. Waits for the mid position. He needs to be wider than that, though, because they can still sneak in. They're both there. He spots both. Hunter knows it now. The problem is he's lost both teammates, and Flamey is the one he didn't have the information on who's going to get him instead.
I don't know how G2 are keeping themselves together here. You just work so hard to get yourself into a 3-on-3 post-plant situation, and you lose all of the fights, and you don't expect any aggression to come your way. Like, they deal with Hooksy, sure, he was low. m0NESY peeks out, forgets about it. Travis spams him down with a Famous. Flamey braves the flames. And look at this. Lollipop's losing his bloody mind. I don't think they can believe it. I don't think they can believe the scenes right now.
Close games for FaZe, a loss for Fnatic. G2 about to go down 1-2. Nothing is safe, I think, right now in this road to Rio.
And I can just see the Valve devs, CSGO devs are in their office laughing. This is exactly what they want to see.
Oh, exactly, it is. m0NESY tries to body block the smoke. They'll go back and set for execution of their own. It's NiKo that will try and get a little bit closer onto the catwalk position.
It's so hard to look at what G2 are doing, and like people are going to like look at stats and blame fault and whatever, but their approaches, they just haven't been working on the T side. There's no doubt about that. The rounds they've won, as mentioned, have been miracle rounds. And Travis, oh, could have had a miracle lineup there.
Glowing. Oh, good counter nade though. NiKo got it back on the trade. So the man advantage now to G2. They have to convert this one on a gun round, surely. The game's over if they don't, obviously, with the money being the way it is. Although I say that, you go to pistols. Lollipop backs way off. He's going to rotate over toward B and try and compensate for the loss. It'll be a 2-1 with B being favored from the CTs.
m0NESY's watching the push right now, but he does have a smoke and some flashes, so he can either smoke off short or long side and flash and go, but Flamey's starting to activate with some aggression now. m0NESY has the bomb, Matt. He has the bomb down here towards the doors. If he dies, he's just looked away. Is Flamey going to round the corner here? Bomb could be dropped momentarily. Oh, big shot for m0NESY to hit. Unlucky for Flamey, and it has to be the save for the other two. Deco and Lollipop, they know that this one's done now. But this is getting very tense. And I think one of the things is G2 are operating as if they're playing against like a Cloud9. But the thing is, 1win are taking a lot more risks. They're in your face. They're doing things more individually. And that appears to be catching them off.
Oh, and that is, again, best of one, first and foremost. And also the fact that a team you haven't had time to specifically prep against, you're not going to expect that aggression as much. I mean, if you're playing Furia and Art, okay, fine. You're going to know he's coming somewhere. If you're playing 1win, a team you've barely seen before. Maybe you've seen some games, but not much in the server. You're not as inclined to, I think, be ready for that. And 1win know it. They know they're the underdog, right? So they can take those chances.
That's where I wish that G2 would drop their level a bit. And I don't mean in terms of like shooting people in the head. I mean the quality of the rounds that they're playing.
That goes two ways, right? You play to your opponent, but you don't want to play down to your opponent entirely. But like in terms of, say, I play worse people, I play worse, and therefore I do worse. Or I play really good people and I overperform because I have to. But you're right. You have to realize that you're not playing the same tactical CS, and sometimes that they're going to capitalize on weird off angles that you're just not ready for.
Oh, a bit of a shake of the head there. Unlucky for Flamey. Knows he could have won that one, but I think that's the key. Like, in the sense that if you look pound for pound with players on the server, G2 do outweigh 1win, but 1win have heavy hitters. Like Deco and Lollipop, they aren't messing about, and Travis and Glowing, they've actually showed some great form here today as well. But some of the rounds that G2 have been playing, they're expecting so much. JK's going to set them up with some flashes, jumping through the smoke, trying to garner this mid control. Window, donut, smoked over towards the cubby position, mollied as well, and a deep one past Glowing. So he's committed to this right now. Hunter navigates through, doesn't clear his corners. I think he got lost in the smoke there a little bit. And AK now available for Glowing, and nobody stuck around in mid in case Hunter did go down. They completely relinquished control.
So this rotation back toward the ramp, then Bomb's going to get tossed down the line. Hooksy will be given some utility. JKS, the one that wants to be the delivery man, it seems. Flamey back inside of the site's going to put another smoke out. Minute to play. So a bit early on that one, and there's no other smokes on this CT side, at least not held. I don't think there's any on the minimap I see that are in depositories anywhere.
If they go through cave, they're going to get boned.
This is tough. Yeah, you got box and a cross angle. Oh, nice nade as well. m0NESY's just been tagged down to 47. That'll certainly benefit them. with guns like the FAMAS and the M4s in play. Nico does start it off. He's low. Gotta be traded. JK's a bit slow to try and do it, and he's gonna get shut down. Flamey was ready for that repeat, and he has the bomb in his hands, in his possession, and he's gonna step out to find Hooksy as well. This one's done. Monacy, I want to just save that AWP with 25 seconds left to play. He's gonna throw a nade, but they know where he is, and they can afford to hunt him down. Not necessarily in terms of money, but in terms of rounds, and he's just gonna give himself up.
I don't know what the rush on the trade there is in the cave position either. They were sitting and waiting. JK's going on his own right there. Probably could have allowed the B ramp players to initiate before trying to push on in, unless that was part of the strategy. We don't know, but either way, one win, 1 round away, and they are looking very good. Even Flamey showing up. That's a big impact round from him. You can see him, impact player of that previous round, and that's huge. Now everybody's in the server. Oh, this is it. The last-ditch attempt for G2. They need 2 consecutive rounds just to take us to overtime here in Hunter. He's going to flash from the teammate of JKS in spawn. Second available, he will initiate on top. Oh no, he won't initiate. I thought he was going to go Brave around the corner there, but being diligent about this. Fortunately for him, he didn't just surge. There was Deco waiting, and they're hedging that it will be an A play here, 1 win. So there's a gap right now for Nico to work with.
He's going to take that gap. That hit him. They know he's up the ramp now. Smoke deployed, and Nico, knowing that he was hit, is going to fire back. Nade as well. We're going to go a bit too deep. Oh, it did hit Monacy, or was that the bullet? It may have been the bullet afterward. It looked like the nade already went behind him on the box. Either way, Travis has Hooksy. And he's not done there.
Oh,
he's not done there. He's got Nico as well. This is looking like the end for G2. A 9-6 lead at half that they didn't convert much at all in the T side. And JK Hess, he needs to be absolutely a hero right now. He's gone. Hunter with 27 kills in this game. Still leads Lollipop. They've both gone quiet over the last few rounds. But he's going to need a heck of a lot more than 27 to keep this one alive. Walks into the dark cave as he looks toward the hole, and it's Travis who's been so impenetrable at that position. They now have the information as to where he is.
This is over. Pack your bags. Pack your bags. Pack your bags indeed. Deco with the final kill, maybe only fitting here, but G2 in that second half on the T side, they managed 4 rounds, only 1 gun round posted their name and 1 win. Well, now let's make it 2 wins. They're in the 2-1 column, a best of 1 victory here today, and I think flabbergasted is the best thing I can say about this G2 roster. Looked good against Cloud9, Matt. Today, this just wasn't it.
Not it at all. This is an uphill battle for them now, as you say. Down to 1 and 2, there's going to be some very serious competition. There's going to be some big teams not at Rio. That much is clear already. We're just going to have to find out who over the next few days. This one, not too bad from 1 win, but as a shock to the system for G2. We'll send it to the desk and see what they think of all of this.
Stadtbild komm ich nicht weg, Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deiner Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen Schwanensee. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Fadet auf den Wohnzimmerdielen. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel
Flamey getting 4Ks ultimately makes us all want to look down at our watch and ask what time it is, perhaps what year it is, or better yet for G2, the timeout that they needed just happened. Because honestly, 1 and 2 is not what you came here to do. Welcome back, everybody. The road to Rio marches on. I'm here with Yenko. I'm here with Maniac. And we just saw some sad faces.
Doesn't matter what time it is, Trace. Time is relative. It's a concept made by human beings, right? Made by man. Because whatever the time is, G2 always has the propensity to pooch things up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So to speak. Whether it's 2015, I don't know if they even existed in 2015, but probably did in some iteration, throwing games away, choking, failing. Here we are in 2022, and it still keeps happening. And this is why, before the ecstatic game, we were standing here and telling you, listen, the
let's be careful.
They have everything they need. Yes, should they win this game? Yes. Are they going to win? We don't know. And they won 16-0, but this time around, they ended up losing.
Oh my goodness. Maniac, man. It's a rough one.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Even a rough one to articulate, I feel like, for the viewers to watch. It's like, G2 was never in a perfect state in that game. They never hit the stride where everything was polished, but what started as a few little ridiculous mistakes that you could smile about, smirk about, actually turned into a horrifying face, just like the scream from Edward Munch, right? It's like, it was a scream towards the end. That scared me to hell. It's just 1-2 scoreline. They still got best of 3s to play, but man, that's just not acceptable.
So, Yanko, talk to me about what happens in the first half of this game.
G2's doing good. Like, decently. Right. They lose the pistol, they win the second round, they get rolling, Hunter's getting a bunch of kills. You have a couple of rounds where they potentially, you know, overextend.
I mean, you say they're doing good, but there are still a couple of mistakes happening here. That's such a misplay that's going to happen in this round because all the information is fully taken by G2. They're so aware of what's going to happen, and they do nothing with that information. Look at this. Hooksy get found through the smoke. Hunter is somewhat on the way to reposition. What we don't see in that replay as well is that the information had been taken from G2 10 to 15 seconds prior to the play. So they had all they needed. They knew what was going to happen. They could very comfortably take position. They did none of that, and the scoreline is only 9-5, but it's already a little dicey.
What's that called? It's called impatience. And we talked about it in the pregame. G2 seemed like they were caught off guard by the aggression from 1win. A CIS team with a bunch of mix and match players. It's like if you can count on anything, it's that these guys are always going to be on the move. They're always going to try something. They're always going to re-aggress. They're always going to push. You look towards the second half, and a lot of times m0NESY is holding, and then just as probably the call comes in, he pulls out an nade, or he starts to move a couple of seconds before someone would literally walk into his crosshair, right? Or in different situations, they go into fact-finding missions to clear, and G2 again is being like caught. You know, on this T side against a team like this, you don't need any sort of strategy. You need to take map control, any map control at any point in the round, and then just hold and wait for them to make a move, punish the move, win the round.
And that's the existential issue that G2 had in this second half, because the only way they won rounds was through pistols and through playing fast. It was never through map control. It was never through being on top of 1win and punishing the aggression. The only time they won rounds on their T side was when they just said, F it, and we're going in. And we're going in with Tech 9s. And that's, to me, it's not replicable. And we could hear it in the voice of the casters. They were doubting whether or not this is going to be the formula. And no, if this is the only way you win in rounds, then the W is not going to be at reach.
No.
And also something that makes you lose your mind, Trace, if you can go to round 17. Like this is something that, you know, Xtas had hair at some point. And it's rounds like these as a coach that like makes you want to pull all your hair out. So it's in a round where, you know, G2 won the pistol, they get some trades here initially, 2 for 2, right? Also a bit weird that the rest of the team isn't really there to capitalize on this moving game, whatever. They decide to go back towards the A bomb site, and then there's no cover for the guy while he's like planting the bomb. It's so strange. Like after they get in, you know, Glowing just pushes through a smoke with that AK and keeps like isolating people and getting kills. Nico is deep in Donut with a Mac 10. What? Why? You know, like it's so strange. It's like the basics aren't there. You know, you need to do better. You need to secure. And this is like this is the type of play you need to expect from this sort of a team. I think Chad was saying it in the cast. It's like they, in their mind, they think they're still playing Cloud9, you know, and they're expecting them to be super patient and slow and take everything step by step. Like, If that's the case, then the preparation was awful.
I mean, I'm sorry. To me, when it's 3v3, the way they play it, doesn't matter if you play Cloud9 or 1win. It's wrongly played anyway.
Yeah.
It's not just say, because it's 1win, they're going to push you. It's a 3 versus 3. The time is against you. You're trying to plant the bomb. You have no smoke. Of course, people are going to try to challenge you.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It was not ideal for G2 to walk in here today, or whatever they want to call what just happened. Hey, nonetheless, let's check out our Air Force Aim High head-to-head. Lollipop on one side and Hunter on the other. Now, Hunter, a lot of impact from his side, albeit all in vain. Now, for Lollipop, though, big shirt.
Yeah, Lollipop was great.
Very popular team, man. All the jerseys are out of stock. They only have the triple XLs available for the players themselves. But yeah, Lollipop, especially in the first half, there was that round that was a little bit overlooked, you know, by us. He just gets a double entry on B, and G2 has to save, and the round is over. But you know, definitely did a lot of work in this game.
Yeah, both these players had a really red hot start. Sorry, better than my sentence. 120 kills in about 11 rounds. Same for Lollipop. He saved 1win a few times in the first half. And this is when 1win needed a couple of Ws. They needed some steam. They needed to get the engine going.
You go towards the very end, right, Trace, round 28, and you even have a guy like Flamey. You know, he's stepping up. He's getting a 4K. It's like at the very tail end of the game. The veteran, you know, shining through, stepping up. But this is also, I don't understand this. It's like Nico gets this kill. Where is Hook? Why is there such a delay? You allow him to reset, for his recoil to reset, and then you come. That's not a double peak. That's like a 1-by-1 peak. If Hooks is closer to Nico and right after his duel he swings, the recoil on Flamey's M4 is still resetting. That's an easy kill for Hooksy. And then that's probably around for G2, and maybe they get it at least into overtime or something along those lines. Instead, they're peeking 1-by-1. Flamey gets 4 kills, rolling back the years. 1 win back. It's G2.
Yeah, G2 take a big ol' L. I'm talking about one of the bigger L's you can take here on our road to Rio. And speaking of the road to Rio, it takes us into Malta. We're going to go ahead and check in with Freya.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stunner. I'm needing a third eye to be keeping an eye on these matchups today, because we have not only a B stream going down, but a C stream as well. On the B stream side of things, it was Spirit versus Gamer Legion going down. That went all the way to double OT on the grounds of Ancient, eventually falling to the side of Spirit 22-20. If we're going to award an MVP, I mean, no one's asking, but I'm going to do it anyway. I would give that one to Siren, because he had a beautiful 1v3 clutch to be pushing it to OT and no less than 40 kills to be closing out that map as well. Moving on to the C stream, we just saw Heroic taking on the likes of Sangol on the grounds of Inferno. Things looking pretty simple for the Danes, managed to close things out 16-6 with a flawless T side to end that map as well. That nets them in the 2-1 position going into tomorrow's games, which also we're going to be seeing going down on the C stream very shortly indeed, is FaZe actually taking on Sprout for qualification to the IEM Rio Major. I don't think anybody expected to see Sprout in that position so early on in the tournament, but we are going to throw things to a break, because on the A stream, we do have Falcons taking on OG after this.
Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke seit auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristesse. Großstadtbild komm mir nicht weg. Kopf frag, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen Schwanensee. Der Chardonnay, ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke sein Kaffeeis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke sein Kaffeeis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Fadet auf den Wohnzimmerdielen. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand.
Well, Nathan, I think Ron Jeremy just buzzed in and said he wants it back.
No. John Holmes.
Don Holmes. That's a killer mustache. I've got to say, shout out to MBK. Welcome back to the Road to Rio. We are about to watch OG take on Team Falcons, a fan favorite of Maniacs.
Are they now?
Well, I made that up a little bit.
I mean, just
a little embellished.
words in my mouth like this. I don't give you the authorization.
Whoa.
Just stay outside of the room.
Whoa. Okay. So tell me about the Falcons then. What's up with these guys? And I'm not talking about Atlanta.
Listen, we're talking about Falcons, an interesting mix of one extremely veteran player that we just had an interview. We just had the pleasure of hearing from NBK. Nathan, of course, a pillar of the French community, and some players that we are just discovering when it comes to the French scene. Personally, Python, for example, is not someone I'm too familiar with.
Okay.
But the likes of Misuta, Maka, Hadji, they've been around the block. Misuta famously with Vitality. Hadji had a little bit of a stint in Envious, and Maka is probably the only up-and-coming player in France that never really got the ticket to the top team. And unfortunately for him, there are no top teams anymore in France, so you're gonna have to do it from the ground up.
Yeah, for the Falcons and you know, Ned Flanders over there, they've got a lot to work with. Would you say the same, Yanko?
Yeah, they do. It's an interesting lineup, right? As Maniac was pointing out, some veterans there, some good up and comers, right? The guys who've been just on the cusp. I think it was a year ago that we saw Maka light up, you know, the server in ESL Pro League online at the time. So very interesting team. A lineup that, you know, you hope between them and Heat you're going to get like a fully French lineup, rise a little bit towards that tier 2, you know, in the top 20 sort of a status, and you know they're all gunning for that Paris major next year.
Oh yeah, but the premise for the French scene, if you want to see some sort of refurbishment, is that some of these players go from a promise to an actual performance, and Maka is definitely a name that we have to mention in that regard. It's been a while now that the people around the French scene is saying, man, this guy, he's the future, he's gonna be the next big thing. Well, when is that? I mean, I ain't got that. My time goes only so far.
Yeah, I didn't.
Should be now.
You know your own expiration date? That's kind of grim.
Yeah, but I won't tell you.
Yikes. So anyway, for the side of Bob's Burgers, you've got to start to think a little bit. I mean, it's a mustache. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop seeing
Bob's
it.
Burger now.
Because he's also got a mustache,
It's
right?
a look.
It's a hell of a look.
It's an alpha look.
It does have that vibe. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. Other side, we talk about OG. Now, this is a team that has had more than trials and tribulations. It's had several trials even, perhaps. And which one worked out for them, Yanko? Has it started to work just yet?
I know, I think it's still the tribulations part.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and hopefully no trials anytime soon. But yeah, I think obviously, you know, losing to Maus, who's a very good team at the moment in form, no shame in that. And then having a pretty easy day at the office against Illuminar, winning 16 rounds in a row in that game to close it out. We still have to like kind of wait and see. You know, they obviously weren't in Pro League, right? Because they're not a partner team and they failed to go through the qualification process. They did manage to book themselves a spot in the Royal Arena in Blast groups, right? That was a good thing for them. And we even saw them in an online cup realizing they need some officials before the Road to Rio.
Not only they do, but we also need to see them in officials to actually form an opinion about them.
True.
I feel like I'm standing here and I don't really know much about OG in this Road to Rio because the first game was lackluster against Maus. Now, that 16-0, that virtual 16-0 they had against Illuminar looked so simple that it devalued it in a way. I wasn't extremely impressed. Sure, Fiku stepped up massively. Neofrag had a couple of moments, and we know how important it's going to be for them in the future, but it didn't really give me a strong foundation to base my hopes on. I'm only at the starter. You know, the main course is yet to come.
You know, in a game where 3 of your riflers have over 100 ADR, I mean, how much of it really can you engage? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing about OG. It's the sample size that you're talking about, Maniac. It's just not there for us right now in this moment. But we also kind of looked at OG and talked about them yesterday, Yanko.
Yes, Trace, and I did look into my crystal ball. I did rub it a little bit, and I can tell you exactly what happens.
What happens?
Okay, so Falcons are going to win this game.
Of course.
MBK getting revenge on OG first.
Oh my.
Meanwhile, in the same time, we have Maus playing K23 in the same bracket, right? Maus is going to own K23, get into the 2-1 bracket. Falcons in the 2-1 bracket. We get Falcons versus Maus, right? And then MBK's revenge tour continues. Then Maus is next, right? You're going to remove me after Katowice and playing so well. Well, I'm going to put you in the 2-2
Who's next on is Vitality then?
Falcons going to Brazil.
Clip it, ship it, and sign it off. That is Yanko predicting the future, or that ain't no prediction. That's just the way it's going to be.
Be like that.
Maps, though, at least we're not getting another ancient game.
And I'm also glad we're not getting any vertigo, because for the Falcons fan around the world, that was a very lackluster performance against ENCE. The Frenchies look a little bit lost on the T side, so none of that. And we're going to Mirage. Okay, the French is out Mirage. All right, for the Falcons fan, not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting to see also OG, indeed, you know, after such a great game on Overpass yesterday, not to play it one more time.
Why not?
But perhaps just feeling, you know, more comfortable on Mirage.
Yeah, just kind of trying to spread it out at least. Maybe show a little bit here and there. Maybe make, again, we talk about these being best of ones and being done day of. So that certainly adds some sort of dynamic to this.
Yes, but in that regard, I'm a little surprised that Mirage is the map we end up. I feel like if you're OG, if you're Nexa, you're maybe hoping to strategically be a little bit ahead of your opponents. I mean, aside from MBK, Misuta obviously having played with Vitality, the rest isn't exactly too experienced. So maybe there was something to be played here. I don't know. I'm not judging.
I think they're going for the weakness of Falcons more than anything else, right? This is also the map where OG themselves have the lowest win rate out of all the maps that they play. But again, it's a similar situation for Falcons. So we'll see, you know. It's interesting to see a team go for their opponent's weakness rather than your own strength in a best of one at, you know, a major qualifying tournament. So yeah, man, MBK, how can you lose?
You can't.
Even if you lose, you're winning.
Exactly. The MBK motto. You love to hear it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Nexa, MBK headlining. Let's jump into it. Falcons versus OG.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm not gonna lie, that is a pretty stout mustache. I'm into it. I really wish Jason would grow one of those.
He can. I know he can. But I think right now he enjoys his look. Why don't you grow one?
It would take me 3 years.
All right, well, we can start now. We'll check back in 3 years' time and see where we're at. But let's focus in here on Miragi.
Act like I'm still gonna have a job in 3 years, Chad. Let's be real here.
Hopefully we're all retired by then. As mounted in the window, a little bit of a stack of some variety to get them a firing squad. Neo frag boosted up, and the 1x bet odds favoring Falcons here. Okay, well, I think OG, even with the record, should be the favorites in this type of a matchup. But I like the idea of the revenge tour for MBK. There's a lot of names he wants to swoop out of the server. That was a Falcons reference, guys.
That was good. It wasn't bad at all. We've got 3 coming from the underpass, though. Flamies, I think... Flamies. We just had Flamey, and now we've got Flames. Able to spot that on the jump, and look at that. Ready for it. Python, good shot back, though. Immediately gonna make this a level situation. Again, though, that headshot. Dexter needed more from him yesterday, sure. I know OG, they had a pretty solid game. Well done, Masuda. Fiku looked amazing. Dexter didn't really live up to the hype. That said, a win's a win, I guess you could say. They did win basically 16-0 after losing the first 5 rounds.
Or a win's 2 wins if you were watching the last matchup. But that kit marooned over towards jungle is a slight problem. Masuda, if he holds on to this territory, Fiku and Neofrag are going to have no hope.
Shot. Mecha gonna get tagged down. Mecha's gonna back off as well. He has to go back to the A main position, but it's fine. Bomb still ticking. Actually giving us an indication that the kit is indeed on the ground, but Masuda's gonna take out Fiku before he can get anywhere near it. Excuse me, Neofrag rather. Fiku's name came up on the other side of the kill feed because he got one before Masuda was able to get him in return. So 1-0 for Falcons. And we were chatting about this, you and I personally, Chad, that, you know, look, even if you make a new team, you've left OG, you want a redemption arc, as Nathan called it himself. You could lose 10 games to them, but this is one kind of matters more. This is for qualification at a major, and that definitely would sting.
Yeah, beating them here and condemning them down into that 1-2 column for OG, that one would really hurt. So let's see if OG can put up any fight to try and avoid it. Towards top mid, there will be the space taken by Maka and MBK. Masuda and Python over towards B, and Haji in Palace to kick this round off. Just a bit of a default spread to see what they're up against. I'm really excited to see more Masuda in the server. We know in his Vitality days he was extremely sharp. There was no questions about that. It's more, you know, the game sense. Maybe the communication was plaguing him since the likes of Dupree and Magis came in. We know that English does take some time to get it going, but now speaking in the native tongue of French.
En français?
Where?
Oui, oui, en français.
Okay, well, a bit of damage done to MBK here. Slightly concerning, especially so that we're now at the roughly 1 minute mark and there's still a batch of smokes remaining.
Set toward B, though, for sure. No one even trying to figure out the A side of the map. No one even looking there. We're pushing into Palace for a late lurk. You've just got Nexa on the defensive side, and the rotation already underway from Dexter because he's gotten the call that this is going to be on, and Python is on. He's on flames. He burns him alive. Fiku looking for the deagle shot, wide side of smoke. No one pushing through, but now, oh, the arrival from Catwalk. Fiku's hit that, but he's blinded up. Didn't know MBK was there. Neofrag still in the corner. They never checked it. He turns around and finds another headshot. Hadji's going to recover that, however, and it's still a 2-on-2. This scout could be huge right now. Look at the HP.
Yeah, he can kill both players with a single bullet here if they overstep the mark. This rotation point of Nexa is key. I think Dexter will allow him to initiate first.
Walking with that 5-7. Shots, he's spotted. He's got more damage into Hadji, but it's not enough. And that is the end of it. Dexter's gonna have to bail out head armor. Scout. Maybe look for an exit kill, try and contain someone inside of the site, sees the run across, and makes no mistake to take down Hadji, but this one is now a 2-0 scoreline for the Falcons.
Good damage, but not the rounds, and considering how that one started, you felt the OG would have been good to convert that there, but steadying the ship on the site, Falcons do a very good job, having to reinvest on 4 players. And a bit of a tech issue called here within the early stages. This one's going to be coming out from the OG camp. Now, it is interesting, like, there's some names, like this Falcons team, they even had Kyojin in here. That's before, I believe, Masuda and MBK joined. So Kyojin got thrown from Vitality down here and now thrown to the wolves, the poor kid. But Maka and Hadji, they've been floating around the French scene for some time. And MBK moving into, obviously, that veteran position that we always knew. And when he was in OG in the past, there was talk about too many voices. Well, he gets to be the key voice in this team. I don't think anybody even is close to the level of experience that MBK has. That might even be server wide. I would say probably server wide. He is head and shoulders the most experienced member.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about qualifying for majors. This guy's already won them.
But I will let everybody know that he is only a legendary Eagle Master.
Why you gotta do him dirty like that, man?
He's not a global elite guy, so that means you at home as
hey,
legendary
but hang on,
Eagle
how much is he actually playing matchmaking?
Only 416 times over his entire Counter-Strike
career. I probably
career.
have that much.
Yeah, you probably do. I know.
How do I check my IQ?
We'd have to disconnect.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just stay in this chat. Don't make this complicated. It's not necessary.
Oh, my keyword's the language issue.
No. You can get out of that. So if you bring up the console, you press E, and look, see, it does the accent, then backspace.
Oh.
And then, yeah, all it is it's letting you add accents to letters. So E is the obvious one.
See, I have 782 wins. So I also haven't played a lot of matchmaking.
Wow. You must have me on the friends list there somewhere.
Thinks so.
Maybe we're not friends.
Maybe.
This team. No, I'd be in game, so you definitely don't.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't add anyone. I ignore it.
This is a Stewie Malik situation we have going on here. Do you want me to take you out for Starbucks?
Yeah, I think at least that.
Okay.
I'm quite offended.
We'll start there. I'll get you the cheesecake.
Ooh. Ooh. Spoiling me. That'll make up for it for sure.
There's a missed smoke in spawn, guys. Look, it's not the end of the world, but it's also not the best thing in the world either. So no one's saying that. But there it is. You can see it just plumed awkwardly. As they are postured now for an A finish. Flames, Nexa, and Dexter, with Neofrag not too far behind to chip in for this one. Now, they have lost a smoke, so they will need to use these 3 for the up-down and the CT spawn if they wish. Right now, they're seeming like they want to take a contact. They're not actually sitting back ready to execute. They're looking for fights actively here.
Dexter just holding that position. No one walking up there yet. It's going to be Flames with contact. Maka, first shot success on the Mac 10. So the Maka 10, as Missile 2 is able to take out Flames. He's only got 1. Maka's going to come in with that as well. So Falcons looking like they've got this one. It's going to go 3-0.
Nice bit of run and gun there. Oh, okay. They're going to give 1 back over. The bomb hasn't been planted just yet. So hold your horses, Maka. There's still an opportunity. It's Neofrag. And, well, his scout that he's taken off Dexter's corpse has actually found some damage. Now we're in a 2-on-2. That overextension from Maka. Didn't realize it was going to play such a big role here. Masuda, too timid to get the bomb down, but now that he has the support of MBK over towards the site, he will plant. But damage again. Now it's not a conversion for OG yet, but this is a truckload of financial woes going forward for the Falcons.
MBK slides back into the firebox. I thought this one was done. I was calling it stopped and over, but they're still contesting somewhat. Don't think they'll be looking for the round so much as maybe some utility, maybe some guns on the ground. They know the AK's down, and that's why MBK stayed so close to it. The Good shot, Neofrag. They might get that AK. He's got 82 and time to run. Masuda's gonna have to try and challenge that, but he's low, sees it, nails it. Good job. That is a kill worth taking. No AK on the CT side.
Okay, well, it's handy, sure, but they salvage a situation that should have never been that way. Maka definitely overstepped the mark, and that is Python and Hadji, the two that have to suffer the issues of this. One of them will probably get dropped at Galil. Their cash wasn't looking fantastic, so they will have to work this one out, but Neofrag, he picks up the scout after that kill, and Maka takes down Hadji as well, and then Masuda. I think this is the thing, Masuda will have to be the standout star of this team. Really just have to be. I don't think there's too much other conversation that could be had. And Python now operating with a MAC-10. Maybe they want to try and give B a little something. There's Python. He's going to smoke his way forward.
The Falcon swoop and pick up a Python?
Yeah, but the Pythons are constrictors, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, would a Falcon like just kill the Python?
I think it probably could. Depends on the size of the Python and the size of the Falcon. But I think you could be onto something here. But they're friends in this experiment.
That's true. It's like the fox and the crow. Masuda, he's going to take down Nexa after only taking out Hadji before that. Dexter takes an op shot that is successful, and Maka falls down. It's Masuda that you said has to be the star, and there's 8-1 already in this 3-0 start. He's looking for more now, though, however, because finally a lead for OG, and he'll smoke himself in for a bomb plant.
If they win this, I'll be very surprised. There is a kit in play, 2 smokes as well. They can take their time and talk through this OG, and so far in the firepower department, they haven't had issues hitting shots.
Masuda waiting to try and challenge CT, but no one's going to peek that yet, and he knows crossing over he's going to have problems. Tries to shoulder peek and get information, isolate one player, can't do it. Puts him low enough the Python will collect, but they're okay. I was going to say wrapping on him. He actually has this in a situation where he's winnable because they aren't lined up. They have to go ticket to try and win this. That could have been another one-on-one as Fiku peeked out but gets the kill. It'll be 3-1.
And he needed to pick up the kit there. I think the biggest issue for Paul Python was there's only 5 bullets left, so he knew that pressure starting to build. I have to hit this shot. I have to hit this shot. Maybe delaying would have been the better option, but regardless, it will be OG back on the board, and we already spoke about the finances. It is likely to see the Falcons take a bit of a partial investment here. So good try from Python. After those 2 kills, only 5 bullets left in the magazine, and then you can see here the time slinking off the clock, and good find from Fiku. So upgrades the AK, upgrades the kit, and away we go. Next is AWP and an MP9 for Nexa. That's the polar opposites of the purchases here for Falcons, but a good purchase for Nexa. If he wants to get a bit active over towards this A-ramp, farm up a couple of unarmored Falcons, it's just Masuda with the head armor and a P250, and actually he's the first port of call. He's going to be removed, and that's a great start.
You go back to that round prior, like you say, though, and it comes down to just a one-on-one when it was a 4 versus 2, and now look at the save already from Falcons. Can you make a Falcon noise?
No, I'm not too into birds. I know that Prius is a bit of a bird watcher, right? So,
I believe that.
But,
He also likes Birds the animal, too. You'll get it eventually.
I'm trying to...
You'll get it eventually. It's
right.
fine. Someone,
Okay.
other people will get it. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. Are we talking Big Bird? I don't know.
Oh, Big Bird was the greatest.
Yeah, big yellow bird. Having a good time, educating the children.
Nexa waiting with the smoke down. I don't know birds very well. There's a lot of different ones that are spotted in my area, and people always tell me they've seen them, and I'm like, oh, cool, it flies. I don't know anything about the different colorations and feathers. Nexa knows a lot about building up money. Oh, Flames doesn't want him to get any more kills than that. Doesn't want to get him the ace, so he team kills him.
Yeah, and look, that's the kind of relationship they've got over there on OG. You know, Nexa might be the boss, but Flames is going to put him in his place every now and again. And the unsilenced M4s are scary. When I hear them, you know, it takes me back to the good old days.
The good old days. Yeah, back to rifles now. Good old ways for the T's.
And Maka into an AWP here. So let's see what he can bring. Maka and Hadji, I mentioned that we've seen them around the traps of French Counter-Strike, even some international Counter-Strike for Hadji for many a year. And, well, there it is. Flames gets a very, very nice opening onto MBK. Shot back. Not going to connect. Maka lightly touched by the Flames and nades. 72 points of health here, but now scrambling. With a minute 30 on the clock, at least MBK can pull the strings from the grave.
Maka waiting to try and get his AWP going. He's still only got 2 kills in this half so far. He finally has the weapon to play with, but it's going to be a man down they have to compensate for, with NBK sitting on the sidelines. Hadji lining up the utility Flash over for the sake of a peek. And they go. Oh, but Nexus already on the off angle. Masuda does get one back. Dexter, good delay. Throws out the incendiary, but Masuda goes forward of it. They smoke that off, and now Dexter knows as he tries to get up the ladder that he's got to get away from more than one opposition because they had no issue, no qualms going through that position, and the defensive tactics still work out in the end by force, but the utility certainly wasn't enough to stop them. It's 3-3.
Yeah, nice stuff from OG to level up the playing field here. I do like this OG roster. Out of all the OG rosters, and it hasn't really been reflected in the results. I don't think it has ever really been reflected in OG's results, unfortunately. But I like the complexion of this team and what it could be. I don't think we've really seen it hit that peak just yet. But there's so many real punchy riflers they have. Like I think Neofrag, Flames, Fiku, even Nexa as an in-game leader, they like to get in the thick of things. And we know that the AWPing style of Dexter as well, highly aggressive. MBK's ahead of that. This is going to be a bit disjointed on the go if they try to go immediately here. They have to extinguish, and they're just going to run into the blender. Fiku gooshed. He's in a bit of trouble.
Frag sitting back, smoke behind him he can fade into, but he's just going to fall into it instead as Python puts him there with the Tech 9. So a 3 score line. I was about to say 3-on-3. See how I recovered that. I just picked something else with 3s in it like Illuminati does, but it is now going to be 3 players remaining. I was going to say a 4-on-4 with a post plant, but the pistols are all they're going to work with. Dexter's got Maka down, and Hadji is left in a pretty unwinnable situation, all things considered, but the bomb's still ticking. They're taking their time about this. They found him now, no mistakes made. They'll go to the site.
Okay, Diffuse to come through here. Key detail there from the Falcons, that smoke over towards the short position was actually misplayed. Oh, okay. They're going to let Dexter, the guy without the kit, go for the Diffuse. You understand it's the AWP, they want to give him as much money as possible, but coming down to some fine margins there.
They had the music on. They would have known.
Okay, Dexter
doesn't even want the op.
Well, I guess he makes Fiku do it. He's like, I have the AK. I don't want any silly business here. You just make sure you take that one through. You can give it to me next round.
Oh, there you go. Figured it out. So they get him the Diffuse. They also run around and pick up some extra stuff during that period of time as well.
Plant and max loss bonus does equate to a buy. That is the Counter-Strike maths in play for everybody. And a timeout taken from Falcons here. So want to have a discussion before they get back underway. The pistol with the conversions, that was nice, but now they need to start posting something more. And nobody's bored. I think this is great. They have the team very reserved, right? Nobody purchased him with anything crazy. They're waiting for the coach here to explain his plan, so then they can purchase in behind that. So this is good. At least everybody obeying the orders of Ozstriker right there. An absolute legend, Ozstriker. I was watching Ozstriker play when I was 16, even younger.
That's wild.
No joke. In the French scene of Counter-Strike in the 1.6 days, I was watching this man. He used to play with a gentleman that I played against back in Perth, Western Australia, called Ferg, who got to play a lot of international Counter-Strike, half French, half Australian. Shout out to Ferg if he's listening, but he will know Ozstriker very well.
Flames with a self-flash, back turn, peek toward top stairs, right anticipation. Wrong shots, couldn't land it as he backs off though. They're gonna challenge this and they'll get away with it, but just barely. That's quite a lot of damage dealt.
And if Nexa keeps pushing, which he might, right, he's immediately taken back control of this. So for Nexa, why wouldn't you keep going? It's likely that they've dropped back and relinquished control. That's confirmed now. As soon as he continues to push forward here, Fiku's freed up to now rotate over towards A. You can leave Dexter in mid with the AWP if you really like. And at this point, if you're Neofrag, you just have to stay alive and wait for the rotation. You know that it is going to be the A finish, 100%.
Fiku fast on the rotation toward CT. There's no one else in that position. Bomb not planted yet. No smokes down. Neo getting toward the stairs. 55 seconds. There is a single smoke on the T side right now. Hadji's the one that holds it. And now the utility starts to be deployed. Extinguished already, though. They're going to put that flash toward connector, let Python hold them off, so he just needs to be covering fire, suppressing at this point in time. Second smoke does land, so they did pick up one on the way through, because there was one at CT as well, but the bomb is still not planted. And here's Nexa, already on a flank. They're going to land. I thought he was going to get both. He was a bit inaccurate to get Maka. Maka actually got the team kill, so Nexa didn't get either, despite that he is the cause of one. But he could have had a lineup on that.
Definitely so. Definitely so indeed. So poor Nexa, not only has he been TK'd, he's caused the TK, which has stopped him from getting a kill. He's getting the worst of both worlds right now. But that was all the info play. I know that Nexa didn't look like the hero with the fluffed aim, but he was the reason that they had that bomb site ready and raring to go. Some good shots here from Maka, especially that one onto Neofrag, but sat down quite quickly by Fiku and Dexter. Dexter getting loud now. So we will see another timeout called. So back-to-back timeouts. Big conversations to be had. There's money again for the buy. A 2-round lead at this point, and it felt in this first half when we just had the G2 versus 1 win game, it was like, okay, G2 are going to coast, they're going to get this done, they're finding the form that they're looking for, and then, well, how quickly that fell apart.
Speaking of coaches, there's Ruga. Got to ride the elevator with him yesterday.
What did he say?
Not much, because it was a quick elevator ride, but just said, hello, how are you? I said, great, good to see you. He said, you too. And that was about it.
And that's the exchanges we're looking for around here. I find it a bit weird in these environments as well. Like after players win or lose game, like especially lose, I never want to say anything. And win, I don't want to be like, yeah, good game. Like I kind of, but it's weird. I think they think that I'm ignoring them. It's just I wouldn't want some commentator in their face.
Situation. If they're buried in their phone or if they're talking to each other, you know, whatever, it's fine. If they're just looking to say hello, I'll be like, hey, tough game today. Oh, good game, whatever. Whatever the case may be. Fiku, making a case for the B site, is going to put smokes down to defend his position, but backs off to the fan, and you might as well put it inside and call it a hearse, because he's going to have to be traveled and deported out of here as a body. It's going to be Python, though, that gets Neofrag. So still a chance, as Falcons lost out overall in this exchange. Neofrag and Fiku are the only two that go down for OG. Oh, Python had to hit that. Nexa wins the exchange.
All right, MBK in a 1-on-3. Dexter half HP, Nexa quite low, but trying to isolate these jewels and then get the bomb. A minute to do so, so plenty of time, but they're already accounting for a flank. You can see the position of Flames right now, making sure that there's no way out. MBK could grab the bomb, but as soon as he attempts to plan, I expect them to start to aggress on his position. Wards them off with a bit of spam. We'll have to take the reload, and that's brought Flames back over. They know exactly where he is right now, and as he steps forward, there is so many to deal with, all in the marketplace.
Oh, Dexter, yeah, marketplace. Cutting some deals, 6-3 OG.
All right, very tidy. In a lot of these rounds, it hasn't really felt like too much concern. I know in that situation, it was a 1-on-3 at one point, it was a 2-on-3. You've had a couple of rounds with only 2 members from OG staying alive, but in terms of how the rounds open, that's what I'm looking for here. If they're able to trade in their favor, stall them from getting the bomb out, we're not in post-plant situations all that often so far. There's only been 2 in this string of gun rounds. And Dexter's really loving this one. I do love the hype. I know it's good that he can bring it time and time again. This time it's a tactical timeout call from OG. So what are they expecting in the change-up department here? Well, Rugger has something to say. Taking a look at the spawns as well, tends to affect a player like Dexter and where he's going to look for the peaks. He doesn't have anything too great right now, so might just be a standard round tier. The buy on the other side, Tech 9's Mac 10s. Maybe that's what Rugger was preparing them for. Listen, boys. Oh, it seems tantalizing to get stuck in and look to take those headshots, but let's sit back. Let's not take any risks here. There's triple HEs as well. So this could be a setup, or maybe nades towards window.
Or connector. That'll work too. 3 of them, no one down there. Maybe window would have been better off for them because Flames was there. Speaking of Flames, bit of fire. I still don't understand how wood makes that noise when burning. It breaks as well from the damage. It doesn't burn, it just makes like a high pitch.
Hey, the kids these days don't have to worry about fireplaces. It's all good. That's a thing of the past.
Oh, they'll never know what they're missing. Fiku, he's gonna have no misses in the first 2. Takes down both Python and Misuta. MBK. Finally gonna get killed back on. Oh, Flames. Need a gun, sir. Smoke will not kill. But it might hide him. It's not the worst situation, staying alive this long. Backing out, though. Still inside a market. I'm not sure he was even fully cognizant of where he was in that. So hold the phone, because we're going to slow things. And Haji's getting close. Double peak potential here. MBK and he holding this wall of markets. Down already, though. Mac 10. OHB only good for 1. I think Mac is in trouble. Oh. Nice nade, though. That gives him a chance here with this M4, but better shot from Neofrag.
All right. Well, they really send the Falcons home right now. A bit more like courier pigeons. The message is they're not getting in because they have attempted this B-bomb site a couple of times. I like the idea. Go mid, throw the nades. Think, okay, maybe they're doing heavy mid presence. That means that Neofrag's playing closer towards the short position, but you jump out the window and you pass Fiku and he gets 2. He's done more than he needed right there. And 4 players coming through market make it quite tidy for OG to wrap up their 7th. 1 more round away from securing the half lead. and everybody's fragging. Flames on 11, the bottom is 7 apiece for Fiku and Nexa, so everybody else is in between that. A good team effort so far. Hachi's been chipped down early here, 51 points of health remain, and Maka caught in the no man's land. He was flashed and spotted here, but still hits the shot. That's a big one.
Yep, good opener. Falcons need back to winning ways here, and not only that, but sustainable picks to do it. They've gone 1-3, or sorry, 0-3. 1 and then 3 was what I was trying to say, but 0-3 off pistol. So they won those, and that was the only 3 rounds they got. Now it's 7-3, so they have not won a gun round in this game as of yet.
The G2 syndrome, apparently.
Shh, too soon, Chad. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. Dexter does. Speaking of G2, it's NBK he finds. Been all around the block. Nexa. It's going to come off the blocks and into the A main position. Sees the shoulder, goes for Python, but overcommits to it. A little bit zealous on it, and Python's AK wins that duel. So now they go back to a man advantage on the Falcon side, and this is going to start to open up the map ever so slightly for the Makas. Come around and gotten into the window. Flames is removed, and he's ready to cut rotations, but Fiku says, "Fick you, I'm going to watch the murder hole instead," and he's in a 1-on-3.
Okay, well, let's see if the pole can get this one done. Peppering away over towards Palace. Hachi down to 26, and Python, he's announced his presence with some sound. Bit of a jump forward. And a fight to come his way. Fiku has to win the first if he wanted a chance, but constricted by the Python.
Big round from him.
Yeah, he's another one of these names as well. I know that this is the thing. I think that there's a lot of core scenes, and maybe this is to do with all the international teams that exist now, but there's a lot of core scenes around the world that are having to rebuild, and that's been the conversation for some time, especially with, say, Poland, right? You look at France as well. Now that Vitality is no longer a predominantly French roster, they have to look to new names. So, it might be some time before we see a French team peaking, but we look at this squad, same as Heat, and we look forward to the Blast major in Paris.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Rio, we're on the road to Rio right now, baby. Can't get to Rio without going through Malta, at least not from Europe. But we're seeing a lot of Brazilian teams, none that are like super over the top peak right now. Fury is looking better, but yeah. When we get to France, we hope that's going to be similar, that we're going to see a lot of these teams, and I think that's going to motivate a lot of these guys that are on the fringes to make these rosters and put an effort in.
Yeah, so they have a long runway to deal with that here. So any of these talents, any of these younger names that we haven't seen so much of, if they can show some promise here and do some learning, stick together, diversify those, well, maybe don't diversify the playbook, just start to build a playbook, really. Now setting up for what should be an A execute. MBK lurking through mid to activate up connector. 3 through the ramp, and Haji through Palace off the back of this Molotov.
Flames waiting in the corner beside Cinder, so he has movement mechanics still here. He's not locked.
Okay.
Again, that we're getting these lands, these fast. You got to be a bit careful with that too, because in 2017-18 it was a pretty full schedule.
Well, that's the thing, right? I guess we're trying to find a balance between the two. One that is the traveling circus that's on the road 365 days a year, and the other is not getting to see too many of these names at all. So we need to find that balance. But again, we rush A. Desperation stations for Falcons.
Nexa takes Python, Misuda. He's got flames down. He's on to 22 HP, mind you, but Makas doesn't mind going and doing the damage as he takes out Nexa. So it comes again to another 3-on-3 situation with Dexter watching that back. One straight out of the Matrix on this. He's going for the flank, but Makas sees it coming. Agent Smith with the AWP.
That's actually a really nice find there. It gives them a chance, and I know I'm still saying a chance. It should be their rounds, but there's a smoke on Dexter, a nade available on Fiku as well, and there's money in the back pocket. So if there was a round that they were going to consider going for, it should be this one. Only one round left after this, boys. So they're worried that the fact that Neofrag went down, that it would be the B finish. It's the wrong worry. The bomb is committed to this site right now. Can't plant open, we'll have to plant default faking, so diligent stuff here. Back-to-back A rushes, and the second they've broken through. Back are covering off.
Yeah, back-to-back rushes, but back-to-back flanks in this round. Already found Neo. Are they going to expect Fiku? He's got Masuda that's checked it twice. He's on low HP. He could look again, but he's going to go down for it. Fiku only taking a scratch of a bullet. A ricochet from the wall, perhaps, as Maka still on the site, though. 2-on-2, they know the situation. Smoke's going to go to Palace. That's not going to matter. They're already down below. They've got a crossfire established. Maka's just trying to be a fishing rod here and pull them in so that he can scoop them in the net from underneath of that position, Hadji, but he's lost the rod. He's going to do it all on his own. He's got to switch. Oh, quick switch, gets back to it in time. He catches out Dexter. I think he was ready to try and deploy a smoke to keep himself in. No, he had a flash only. So that would have been a weird one to pull because he had to expect that it was going to be quicker.
Yeah, or maybe at that point he was thinking, are they really coming for this? Is he just going to let me have this? Because the time was so low on the bomb there. So another round for Falcons. They will break through. And I was going to say, heads up counter. Yes, you want to be playing against a biffy team like OG, but it's hard to argue with this. The facts don't lie, and they do convert. Going into the final round here, round number 15, a MAC-10 for Maka. Rest with some rifles. The buy is definitely better on the other side. And they're going to try the luck again. Really? Okay, Masuta strolled up, Nexa down. He's going to draw the full rotation, and it's a fake this time. They've conditioned them well here.
Underhands, incendiary. MBK's already inside a connector, though, and that means Dexter needs to be aware he's lost the window, and he has to watch jungle. So Neofrag comes out on catwalk to try and at least help him do that, to spot those two positions to potentially get to the window. What a turn from Dexter on the deke. But MBK is going to get him through the smoke.
Another clutch they have to go for here. Fiku and Neofrag this time round. One up, one down. They want a clear connector, but MBK's one problem, Hadji's the other. Look at him top mid.
Hadji's there. Finds the one, doubles it up, gets the trade. 9-6 at half. Falcons, it took them a while to get going again after winning their 3 rounds to start the half, but they've given themselves a chance. We'll take a break, swap it over, and see what OG can give us on the attack.
Bisa. Jago nah.